ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are the Millie Goats. We were back last night. We were also back tonight. Oh, I didn't know Tex was already here, but he's here. There he is. Tex, welcome in. Episode 196. Riding high, January 1st, new year. Oh, Tex. Tex, I can see you messing with your stuff there. Can you hear us? You got the spotlight hoodie on or beanie on. Okay, January 1st, 2025. Texas has not lost this year.
Gotcha.
Okay, there he goes. There he goes. Texas has not lost this year. Episode 196. What do you have to say for yourself?
It feels good. I like the fire and the intensity that I saw, especially at the end of the game. It's a good way to end. The start of the game was great. The middle of the game, not so great. The fourth quarter, also not so great, but the end of the game was great. Fighting, battling. Feels good to be undefeated in 2025 for sure.
People don't know. People don't know. Dude, what a day for football. Well, actually, terrible tragedy in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That was awful. That is still awful. That stinks. Thoughts and prayers to everybody. That was bad. So we didn't get the Sugar Bowl. They've moved it. They're doing all the stuff they need to do to try to get that thing going.
Supposedly tomorrow. Tomorrow
at
4.
They said it at 4, but yeah. Oh yeah. Bima says Texas the new KC with the ref calls. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that fairly quickly because I really want to talk about those games because, dude, don't worry about it. I got a whole notepad here. Look at this. Look at this. Welcome in everybody. If you're listening on the podcast, we film in front of a live virtual audience. So if you're shouting people out just randomly, that's because we're talking to people who are in the chat. So come hang out with the chat. It's National Bloody Mary Day, though, Tex. Did you know that?
I did not.
So the reason or the derivation or the origination of the Bloody Mary name has 4 possible Marys. You ready for them?
Okay.
Queen Mary.
Okay.
Queen Mary the First of England.
Yeah.
Because
Bloody Mary. I got that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a film star named Mary Pickford who was Canadian. There was a waitress named Mary and a customer's girlfriend who both worked at the Bucket of Blood Cabaret, which I think was a restaurant.
If it's a cabaret, it's a special restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Customer's girlfriend and waitress. So do with that what you may.
Mm-hmm. Cabaret. Look it up.
Queen Mary of England, film star Mary Pickford. Anyways. So, yeah, there you go. It's I don't like Bloody Marys. I'm sorry. I never have. I just couldn't get into them. I don't like tomato juice, though. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's a real heavy drink, and they've made them now to where like they're almost a meal with the drink. Like you get bacon and peppers and olives. So it has like all the things that like wipe out bad taste in your mouth and give you fat and stuff to kind of get your stomach flipped over.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a calming drink for the day after. Which
bowl did Texas play in?
I thought it was the Fiesta Bowl.
No, the Fiesta Bowl was Boise State. It was Fiesta Bowl.
Sugar
it was
Bowl?
The Peach Bowl.
Peach Bowl.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. They are, I don't know. It's the tomato juice. I'm sorry. They went into the history of the celery straws because somebody didn't have a straw, so they ended up stirring it with a piece of celery, and that's how the celery was born, apparently. I was reading up on the history. I love reading the history on these national days. It's absolutely outrageous. Tex, quickly, New Year's resolution check-in.
Working on it.
Okay. Your New Year's resolution get in football shape by next football season.
Yep.
You still have football season.
Yep.
Mine is to eat more eggs. So I did have a lot of eggs today. So I'm off on the right foot on eat more eggs on my New Year's resolution. Because I think everybody's like, oh, let's lose weight. Let's do this. No, if I eat more eggs, that means I'm doing everything I need to be doing. So, okay. We have no Thursday night game, Tex. We have no Monday night football game. We have two bowl games.
We have a Thursday game tomorrow.
Yes.
With the rescheduled game, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another bowl game. Bowl games tomorrow.
Yes, there's two bowl games, and then there's a bowl game Friday, and then Saturday there's NFL, and then Sunday is the D3 championship, and then Monday is the FCS championship because they moved the date, which is spectacular. So, but anyways, yes. So no Thursday night, but there's football. There's football. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we'll be fine. Also 100 days, Tex, until the Masters. How about that? That's sad, but it's also
I'll probably be more excited when it's like 3 days until the Masters. I'll be in football morning mode because I don't have like my hockey team is terrible, so I'll just be sitting there thinking about football the whole time.
Yeah, I'm about to go into a dark hole here because the Rangers aren't doing really that great. So, hey, there you go. B. McCormick getting back in shape, change your life. That's what I'm talking about. Dude. Good job, man. Is Jeremiah Smith already the consensus number 1 overall pick? Dude, that guy.
That's a great question.
Good question. Good question. Okay, so 100 days to the Masters. That's great. On the show, we've got, obviously, we're going to talk about the college football playoffs. We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk DFS and bets. We're going to get our first cards back of the new year. Could go undefeated this weekend. Why not us? Why not us? We haven't lost this year, bet-wise. So we got that going. And kudos. We usually say stop stealing our intellectual property, but we have actually a shout out to a couple of different entities. Number one is ESPN. Had no idea that we were featured on ESPN. J-Bot sent this to us, and it was something about a fantasy football question. And on ESPN's, I don't really know what account this is, but obviously some ESPN account. It was asking what happened to how'd your fantasy football season go, and it was like, yeah, drafting CeeDee Lamb only to have him shut down for championship week. I cannot remember exactly what I said or why I said it, but that's where our comment was. So shout out to ESPN. They didn't even tag us in it, but that's okay. So, anyways, BMO hot take. Jeremiah Smith would be number 1 pick in this year's. Are you saying he's better than? No, he doesn't have as many snaps as Travis Hunter. BMO, you forgot about the snaps. You forgot snaps. Snaps. Recognize. So shout out to ESPN. Okay. We're just going to go right into it, I think. I don't think I have any other slides other than right here, dude. Okay. What was yesterday? Well, yesterday was New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Yep.
Happy New Year. We had the first quarterfinal game. Boise State, Penn State, 31-14. Penn State got out early. I kind of recapped it last night in a little 20-minute show. But the big takeaway was Boise State belonged. I don't really care what anybody else says. Text your thoughts.
If you just look at the score, you think, okay, as expected, that's what we thought was going to happen. But if you watch the game, you watched Boise State march down the field time after time after time on Penn State. But mistakes, missed field goals, special teams, just killed Boise State. Killed them.
Yes.
Not unlike the Texas game, where Texas kind of shot their own selves in the foot.
I think that I think they missed 2 field goals.
They missed 2 field goals. One early, one late.
Look alive.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. Oh, you know what you just reminded me of? I forgot to plug my computer in. I'm not even kidding. Hang on. We're talking about Boise. I'm not kidding. Hold on.
But they absolutely look like they belong whenever you watch the game. Because they weren't outmatched. The only thing that they had trouble getting was whenever they put 8, 9 in the box to stop G&T, the receivers weren't fast enough to get separation on the DBs.
Right. That was the biggest thing. That was 100% the biggest thing.
They just weren't fast enough.
Yeah. I wrote down a bunch of notes. Obviously the kicker, but Boise State was inside the 30 like 4 times. 4 or 5 times and got 0 points out of it.
Yep.
It was the same thing with Arizona State, dude. Like, you're sitting there watching these teams. Everybody's like, oh, they couldn't handle it. They couldn't belong. I'm like, the difference between those 2 games was the red zone defense by the larger schools and the coaching. You could tell the coaching in the red zone was much better, and the guys at Arizona State and Boise State, their buttholes puckered up when they got in the red zone. They did, Edge. You watched it?
Yeah.
So, another takeaway, that called back TD was just terrible. That was a terribly timed callback TD because that was when the game was hanging in the balance. Yes, it was probably a flag. Whatever. Thirdly,
he did almost rip his helmet off with the front of the helmet.
Yes. So, thirdly, that dude from Penn State, the tight end, freak show. That guy is ridiculous.
Absolutely. Yeah, 44.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good luck guarding that guy. So,
yes.
I think.
Yes.
Go ahead. What are you going to say, Tex?
I was going to say there was a play. It was like maybe in the third quarter where they lined up and Penn State lined up everybody and they motioned him across. They motioned the receiver across, and there was nobody on 44, and they called a timeout immediately because there's nobody covering that guy. And I was like, you got to cover 44. Somebody's got to be on 44. I'm screening up my screen, and they called a timeout luckily because nobody was on him, and it was in the red zone. And I was like, that's the only guy they're going to throw it to.
Dude, James Franklin is – there's so much talk about James Franklin too, man. He's beaten the number 10 and 11 teams in Boise State and SMU. So that probably just bought him another like 10 years. And Ohio State and Michigan are like, thank you.
Yeah.
So what you think about Boise, Edge? You're a Power 5 guy, P4 guy.
Shouldn't have belonged.
Oh my God, what? You're so full of it, dude.
No, I just took a shot at
through the screen.
I mean, the score definitely didn't reflect the game, though. I don't know if I came in late, obviously, but I thought the game was a lot better. And then once it got to the third quarter, it was just done, So I will say, though, I did not watch as much as the night's game with Oregon and Ohio State because I think I sent that text out right before halftime. I was like, this game's about to get ugly. I basically couldn't watch it ever since then. I was like, I'm done with this. This is not going to get good.
I said it's already ugly. You said that at like 34-0.
Yeah. So,
dude.
But it is ironic that everybody that had a bye, the first round lost. I don't know if that's a prediction for tomorrow night with Notre Dame or Georgia or not. Of course you do.
I'd love to see Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame. Get the SEC out of here. We're going to go over that in a few minutes. Get them out.
Texas is SEC.
I know, but they're a newcomer. That's what I love about it. It's like, you can't go into the SEC and play that schedule and run through the gauntlet. You'll never make it out alive. And what does Texas do his first year? Shows up playing in the semifinals, almost won the conference. So it's just like they have to hang on to Texas now because they're the ones that have screwed everything up for the SEC.
What do you think? What do you think the whole selection committee is thinking right now, though, that everybody that they seeded high just lost in the second round?
Well, I'm thinking they still think they got it right, and they kind of did because South Carolina lost.
Yep.
Alabama lost in probably the worst way you could possibly lose.
Yeah. In the bowl games.
Oh my gosh, yeah. At least South Carolina, played an opponent. Alabama played Michigan, who was not good this year, and they looked Horrible.
Get it. Horrible. Charles Barkley, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. That's terrible.
Terrible.
They looked
Dude,
awful.
that game was on while I was at work, and I just every 5 seconds, Jalen Milroe fumbling the ball or throwing an interception. And I'm just sitting there like this pumping, and my patient's like, "What?" I'm like, "Alabama's getting their teeth kicked in." Who cares? They stink. Good. That was awesome. But yes, Penn State also. Penn State, just run the ball.
Agreed.
Run the ball. Stop it with the Drew Alar. I don't care what his hair looks like. I don't care with his headband. I don't care that he's a strapping young lad. The dude stinks. Just run the football. Run it. That's all you got to do. Get it out of his hands. Your defense is.
I agree.
Like, stop.
I agree.
It's the same thing with yours. I mean, yours turn it on late, but overall, Boise State belong. Let me pose you this. This is also a very good point, BMO. Ohio State had built-in bye weeks, not playing a big. That was the long game, dude. Oh my gosh. Would you take Ashton Jeanty or would you take Scattaboo? Who would you rather have? Tex.
That's a hard question.
That's a really hard question.
I would say just with the
depends on what system you're going to go with too, though.
Yeah, if you were going to have like a run the ball every 2-3 plays, I'd probably go with Jeanty. If you're going to go with this spread stuff and being able to move the running back around, I'm going with Scattaboo because he could just do so much.
I would agree. Yeah, if you're going to spread it out, go Scat.
Dude, he was all over.
That's going to be the new name of the offense when you spread it out. It's called the Scat.
Dude, the Wild Scat. Oh,
Scat fits.
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, yes. So let's move in. So Boise State, kudos. You proved a point. Thank you for your service. And for the group of 5. Okay. Arizona State, Texas. Holy, this game,
bro,
was
up and down.
Spectacular.
Up and down.
This game was Edge. First thoughts, quick. Give me fresh off your chest.
All I gotta say is I hope Tex had an emotional roller coaster like I had to deal with for the past couple of weeks of football because now you get it, dude. Like just OT. Like, come on, let's just somebody punch him in the mouth and get it over with. Let's go.
Yep. And it finally ended with that second overtime interception. But man, I stopped. Like I was over at my in-laws' house, and I was watching it on my phone. And I was like, once we were up like 24-5 or whatever it was, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break, go outside with the kids, sit with them, and not be on my phone the whole time. And so I sat there and I come back to my house, turn the game on. I'm like, what is going on with this second half? And I'm like, okay. And then the Arizona State scores, and then they get the ball back, and they score again. I'm like, great. They have all the mo. We've missed 2 kicks. It's good. This is about to be terrible in overtime, and they finally got it together.
Of all the games this week so far, I believe that was the top-notch one. That was like the prime time should have been.
Yeah,
that's what you wanted.
That's what you want playoff football to be like. This.
Yep.
A heavyweight battle, pound for pound, blow for blow, and just get after it and see who comes out on top.
The Boise State game was like that for majority until they broke that last long run. It's like, that sucked.
Once they hit that last long run,
it had you on the edge of your seat.
The third
this
quarter,
game, dude, this game, I was just at one point. What was it, 17-5 or 18-5, and then it got 17-8 or some weird score, and Texas scored again. You're like, no, they're not going to do it. And then they've got, first of all, the very first punt Arizona State had. I don't know how that ball didn't get blocked. That thing just freaking serpentined around the Texas defender. That was hilarious. How many times did Arizona State get stopped in the red zone?
Yeah.
In the worst field goal kicking game we've ever seen. Neither of those kickers could make a kick. Like, in the fourth quarter, there was Ewers had that rushing touchdown. They didn't throw a flag on a blatant hold, of course. Why would they?
Yeah, I know.
Texas.
That's what I said before, too. Just like they did in the Clemson game. Oh, it's just a Texas hold is what we call
them. Yeah. And then you've got Texas, one of the defensive players at halftime does on one of his social media stories a picture of Cam Scatterboo from the game. So you got Texas dudes on their phones at halftime. It's that freshman number 11. He did like a screenshot of Scatterboo and he like talking during the game. It was weird. There was this clip going around of Scatterboo yelling at everybody.
Oh my God.
That dude was on his phone for Texas and he screenshot it and put it as a story.
Jeez.
Lost the locker room, dude. But dude, at one point Cam Scatterboo had more yards than Texas, the entire Texas team going into the fourth quarter. Stupid as that, dude.
He's dirty.
They scored 16 points in the fourth quarter.
Here's a question. Do you guys think he's going to get drafted?
Scatterboo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did something that McCaffrey hadn't. That's only been done since McCaffrey. So
I have my doubts.
And Sarkisian, you cannot go out there. This is a shout out to J-Bye, where they wanted to put the ball in the middle of the field after he just missed one right. So they go back, put the ball in the middle of the field, and Scatterboo gives him what's that Disney movie where the guy presses up against his face and his eyeballs go out to the other guy? Oh, it's Scuttle from The Little Mermaid, where he grabs Flounder by the face and pokes his eyeballs right into his other eyeballs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Tex.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. So, anyways, Steve Sarkisian is staring deeply into his kicker's eyes and then freaks him out. Like, why am I getting rubbed down?
Yeah.
No diddy by my head coach when I'm about to go out here and try to win this game. About OT, Quinn Ewers, dagger, a 4th and 13. I thought it was over. I thought it was done. I thought they were cooked.
I thought that he had just cooked the whole game. Whenever they were trying to get the ball back in the middle of the field, whenever he tripped over the offensive lineman's feet, fell on the ground. Yeah. I was like, that was not a good play. They should have just I don't know why they didn't just leave it on that hash, because he already knew he pulled it a little bit, so he's going to be trying to overcorrect. So why not just leave it on that hash? Because he doinked it. Then he doinked it whenever they put it in the middle.
I don't know. They're just overthinking.
Tex, are you nervous now though? You're going against the almighty state.
No.
Please. That's my CTV coming.
Ohio State doesn't do well with teams that punch them in the mouth. Clearly, Michigan just punched them in the face.
I think Texas's defense is good enough. I don't know about their offense right now. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what they're doing offensively.
Oh, that's what I had. I found their playbook. Here, look. I found their playbook.
I don't know what they're doing offensively sometimes.
What the hell is Texas doing?
But defensively, I think they might be one of the stoutest teams that Ohio State's played this year.
Yeah,
dude. Yes, that's going to be big boy. Oh, Will Howard's going to want to sit back there and throw the football, but Texas does not do well when teams are physical, or not Texas, but Ohio State does not do well with physical teams. But man, that game was so awesome.
Yes.
I probably
lived up to the hype. So
the best moment was I got some stuff on that. About Bielema and Beamer. Those two were going at it. I love it. But okay, so Texas wins. SEC survives. They were at risk for not having any teams in the Final Four, which would have been hilarious in the first playoff expanded because everybody was going to be mad. And this last game, I don't even know what needs to be said about the Oregon and Ohio State. This game, I don't know if Dylan Gabriel was seeing ghosts out there. Let me go back. Okay, let me go back to Texas and Ohio State. I was watching this thing about kangaroos, and apparently if kangaroos approach you, all their muscles are in their legs, and they don't really have big arms, even though their chests are real big. So if you punch a kangaroo in the face, it will be threatened because it knows that it doesn't have the upper body strength to handle you, and you do as a human. So
Or
all their
just,
power's in their
get
legs.
Get the kangaroo on his back and choke him out. You're done.
That's what I'm saying. You got to punch it in the face, and then
punch him in the face or the chest. Just get them off their legs. Take them to the ground. They're done.
Right. You cannot let them get on you with their legs. They'll kill you. But I saw, and then I was like, this is nuts. And then I saw a video of one, and some dude just walks up there, socks it right in the face, and the thing looks at him like this kangaroo because it had his dog. Looks at him all weird, and then it just takes off.
So, what does this have to do with the football that got played?
Ohio State's a kangaroo.
Okay, gotcha.
Texas is.
We're gonna have to make that meme. We're gonna have to make that meme.
I'm telling you, dude. Don't be a kangaroo, Ohio State.
with Oregon in the kangaroo pouch,
Yes.
The Oregon duck.
Some dude I'll show you the graphic here in a minute, but some dude made fun of me because of the meme I made, and I'll tell you when it is when we get to it.
Here's what I want to know. Next week, will you be an Ohio State fan rooting against Texas? Can you do it? Can you reach down in the depths of your fandom?
Me?
And root for Ohio State? Yeah.
Me? Absolutely not. I will never do that.
All right.
I won't root for Ohio State either. I was rooting for Oregon hard.
All right.
Two teams I won't pull for: South Carolina and Ohio State.
With all due respect, and I mean all due respect, I hate Ohio State and all their fans.
Mm.
Just in the football field stadium.
Yeah.
Outside, you might be nice guys and girls, but
that's right.
I hate your guts.
I mean, I dated
between the sidelines, you hate them. That's fair.
That's right.
Yeah, same with that step.
No, I'll be wearing a cowboy hat just for that game.
I'll take Texas. Give me some more Matthew McConaughey coaching kids up on the sideline for no reason.
Hey. Yeah, you got one
in his leather jacket.
Yeah.
Throw the ball, Dylan Gabriel, and that guy, like BMO was saying, Jeremiah Smith, freak show. Ohio State's got some dudes, man. Yeah. They got dudes on the outside.
I'll tell you what, though, like they, Ohio State and Oregon played earlier this year, and it was a close game, and I thought it was going to be this heavyweight battle. And it was almost like I was relieved that it wasn't, just because you can, like, all right, they're done. Get them out here. Go to the next one. Now what we got set up, that's going to be a good game, I feel like. Just because I don't know. I feel like you don't want too much drama in the first round. I'd rather, or I guess the second round.
I think we were off to a bad start for Oregon because they wore the chrome helmets.
Yeah.
It was too much like the Ohio State. Like, what are you doing?
They jinxed themselves.
They did.
I did not realize, though, that, and I mean, maybe other schools do this, I don't know, but like literally when they play in every game throughout the year, like you can go look on their website. It's got like week 1, everyone wear yellow. Week 2, everyone wear white. Week 3, everyone wear black. And I'm like, are y'all kidding me, dude? Like, this is too much coordination. Yeah. Because, they got like 52 jerseys and, all these different, colors and all this stuff. You would think it's just green and yellow, but no, dude, they told their fans to wear black for a blackout, white, all white, yellow, yellow top, white bottom. I'm like, good gracious.
This game, this was a shellacking. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Other than
disappointment is all it is.
It really was. Like, it sucked because the Rose Bowl is just like iconic. Like, it is a great place to just like watch a game, even on TV. You're like, wow, the grass looks really good.
You're thinking like the Wisconsin TCU game.
Then
back in
what
like
in
2012,
Texas USC, wasn't that where the Natty was?
Yeah, that's where the Natty was. One year, like these slugfest, these you're right, these iconic games.
Yeah, and then Oregon looked small. They look small and they look less physical, which was really weird. So I'm gonna have to kangaroo them again. That's like Duke basketball. They have classes to teach those nerds how to. Spoken from a UNC fan. Spoken unbiased from UNC. So, anyways, all the bye teams loses. Georgia's the only hope for that. So, what a great day. Well, what great 4 hours of football provided by Texas and Arizona State. Oregon, how dare you? So, okay, I got to figure out where we're at next. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, Penn State did cover. Texas did not. Ohio State did cover. Last one will be to see if Georgia can do it. 4 o'clock tomorrow. So, hopefully everything goes smoothly and nothing terrible happens, because that sucked. So, anywho. All right, let's we got some more headlines real quick, but they're involving more college football. So, everybody, I got to get everybody, we're going to let's do this one.
Football. Yay, yay.
Okay, here we go. I got another graphic. Headlines real quick. Are the 49ers at a crossroads? Or
No, they're
okay.
just dead.
Okay, let me stop it. 49ers lose on Monday night in hilarious fashion yet again, 6-10 or whatever they are. First of all, the Lions defense stinks. They're not going to win the Super Bowl with that defense. I'm sorry. Secondly, Brock Purdy got hurt. That was awful. Third game in a row with a game-losing INT. This is a terrible time for my son and his formative fan years, because I remember whenever I was a kid, I would watch the Niners play from age 7 all the way up to 11, and I really became a fan. So I don't need the Niners to stink right now. I need my son to get on board, be able to watch as much Niners as possible. Jake Moody cursed. Obviously, he missed 17 kicks the other day, and Pearsall had a breakout game, so he's not looking like a bust, and he got shot, so maybe now he's finally coming around. So they're geniuses, because now they get to play last place schedule next year, and they are going to walk the dog with all those teams. They might go undefeated next year. They might go undefeated.
What one fan can only hope.
Well, I'm going to do you a little favor here. I got a little slideshow. So here's the comparisons. Everybody loves Jordan Love. His stats not nearly as good as Brock Purdy's, but everybody says he's the future and pay him $80 gazillion, and this guy stinks. He has 1 playoff win. This guy has 6, but who cares? So I don't get the infatuation of Jordan Love. The guy loses big games. He can't win big games. So sorry, Packers fans. Secondly, Brock Purdy gets you like this. He gets you the old okay. All right, BMO. Yes, we have to do this. What? You can't laugh at my misery? I'm sitting here wearing the hat. I got to do something. Brock Purdy delivered one of the most statistically dominant halves of football we've ever seen. All the stats are here, this and that. QBR is really high, perfect rating, blah, blah, blah. And then we come to this slide. 49ers Brock Purdy went down 1 to 8 points in the fourth quarter, overtime, or regular season playoffs. Is 41-72 for 502 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 INTs, and a 52.9 passer rating. That's ranking 151st out of 160 quarterbacks with 50-plus attempts in that scenario since 2000. That is a problem. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's not that I don't believe in the guy, but that's a problem. Can we agree?
So are you saying don't give him a bag yet?
I wouldn't pay him $50 million.
Bro, he's just done more than other Niner quarterbacks in the last 6 years.
He's done more than Dak. He's done more than Trevor Lawrence. He's done every quarterback that's been paid before him. He's done more than, except for Mahomes.
But you don't trust your own quarterback enough to give him the bag. So who else would you rather? Who else would you rather see out there? Then?
I don't trust to give any quarterback $50 million. That's my. No one is talking about Jordan Love anymore. I compare. Dylon, I already took you to school about your whole Sam Darnold infatuation. He has the exact same stats as Purdy last year, and I had to sit up here and listen to everybody and their mother tell me he was a game manager when they were the 1 seed with home field of playoffs and went to the Super Bowl, and now you're going to try to come on here and tell me that Sam Darnold, with the same stats in the same position, is some deity and some demigod. No, he stinks. So listen to it. Go there and shit. No, you couldn't, dude. Stop it. See? Anyways, I'm just saying. He's got to fix that. He's got to fix it. Number 2, fantasy football last place finishes. They rock, because this guy right here said that he finished. Yes, we had the dude We had the dude who had to sit in a bar until closing, but every shot or beer took off so much time. This guy finished last place in his Dynasty Football League. So the league voted against the last place punishment would be bowling a perfect game. You have to go to a bowling alley and bowl a perfect game. The rules are you can't leave until you bowl a 300, but every beer, hot dog consumed knocks off 10 pins. Thing is, I'm not a great bowler, but I am, however, quite good at slamming beers. Stay tuned to witness history.
Jeez.
Dudes rock. Fantasy football players rock. Oh, so anyways.
I just can't
one,
get over the fact that you don't even believe in your quarterback enough to pay him.
I don't believe in paying any quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant still holds true where no one cares about him, not even his own fans. How do you even call yourself a Niners fan?
Because I want him to do what's right by the team. Be a team guy.
Oh, so only take what, $10,000 so he can go pay everybody else and have
take
receivers.
$30 million. Take $30 million. What is he going to do? He's going to go back and farm. What's wrong
with farming?
I love how everybody's like, I thought he was a Christian leader. I'm like, what do you know? He might give that money to charity. He might give it back to his church. You don't know that. Don't judge that man. I'm just saying, if you take that much money, you won't win.
Buy a lot of John Deeres for $50 million.
Sam Darnold could win the Super Bowl this year, but Purdy can't. That's true, but he won't, because I'm telling you right now, Dialon, it's coming. You're about to get hit with reality in the most hilarious way ever. Sam Darnold is going to do something so stupid in the playoffs, it's going to take you right back to whenever you were a 12-year-old kid being like, why do the Vikings stink?
I'm just laughing to myself already because I distinctly remember sitting on the show telling you about how the rest of your season is playing out. And every week I just send you a text with a check mark on it saying, yep, called that, called that, called that.
I know it's the first time in like 10 years you've actually been able to do that because you've been saying it for 7 years. I'm glad everybody's getting their laughs in right now.
Not a chance. I never talk shit about Niners.
Okay. Number one, headline. Has the SEC finally accepted reality?
No.
We touched on it.
I think the real question is, has the ACC finally accepted reality?
Bro, no. I think
1-9 in bowl.
Teams.
Syracuse is your only savior.
No, Louisville won.
Yeah. Teams that are in the SEC are set in reality. They made a mistake. Said it before, dude. Everybody flooded the SEC trying to go get that money. And now all of a sudden you got to win your conference and do good. And they're like, shit, we just made a mistake. We should have stayed with the Mountain West Division, which ain't shit.
Whoa, Boise State came out of that.
That's my point. Yeah. I'm glad you finally caught on to that.
I'm sorry. Boise State played Penn State pretty good.
Pac-10, you know, like staying in another conference is easy. You dominate it. Now you're in every year. You're in national contention.
What happened to your mic? You just went like down a hall. That was weird.
I was yawning while I was talking.
No, it sounds like your mic changed. That was weird.
Oh no, I'm doing this whole thing from my phone. So
I know, but you sounded really good, and then all of a sudden it just changed. I don't know what happened. Anyways, the ACC having a terrible bowl year. So is the SEC, which is absolutely hilarious. Correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely funny for the SEC, but ACC, I'm like, come on, we need to do better.
Yeah, it's over. It's over for them. But the SEC, we had Alabama lose, South Carolina. The best part was the two teams that everybody's like, these teams should be in.
Absolutely, yes.
These teams should be in the playoff. Miami lost. Alabama lost. South Carolina lost. Like, they lost to teams they should never have lost to.
Right.
So then everybody gets on the internet, oh, LSU beat Baylor with their backup, whatever. And it's like, yeah, well, LSU lost to USC, so shut up. And then USC stinks. So here's the reason I asked this, because I went through you know me, I went through a string of memes. we went with a little Black Panther right here, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Will Compton from Bussin' with the Boys, who actually gave us credit, probably because I put our watermark on there right in the middle of it so that they couldn't steal it.
I was wondering when you were finally going to start doing that.
Well, I forget sometimes. I make the meme, and some jackleg was like, oh, this is terrible. You don't know how to use Photoshop? I'm like, no, this isn't 2002. Nobody uses Photoshop anymore. Why don't you send it over on a dinosaur? Everybody uses Canva, you idiot. Freaking JFK, whatever your name is. Shut up. Where's your meme? You're not making
know
any
what
memes.
Canva is, so sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some graphic, whatever. But anyways, it's the Black Panther meme. Face over Michael B. Jordan is MI, so Michigan and Illinois. On the ground is the Black Panther, where he takes over the throne, and that's South Carolina and Alabama. And it says, "Is this your king?" And it I don't know if we went viral or bacterial or what we did, but anyways, doesn't matter.
Bacterial. It was bacterial.
We went bacterial. So shout out to that. Shout out to them for giving. And he said, I'm working on getting this deleted by the Millie Goats. And I said, no, our computers are down, but we're working. We have everybody on staff working to figure it out. It's not coming down at this point. But just rest assured, we'll have everybody on it. That's what I told him. Anyway, so we had that one. This was after the Alabama game. It was the school bus meme running in front of the train. Strength of schedule should matter more. Look at the ranked SEC gauntlet. And then the train comes through and says, actually playing games on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then this was hilarious. Shout out to South Alabama, USA, that says only team in Alabama to win a bowl game this season.
Dang.
Bodied him. Bodied him. Gotta love that. Shout out to South Alabama. And then this one, somebody else, SEC, it just memes more. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Illinois suplexes a dude out of the chair. Oh, my gosh. This is so great. We went on an epic run here, boys. Epic run. I don't know what's next. Oh, all right. I think that was all the headlines. All right. We've got week 18 in the NFL, which kind of stinks. So
yes, I was going through all the games, and I'm so scared to take any Sunday bets outside of the Sunday night game. But I did bet the Saturday games.
Here is the week 18 schedule, I think, and it starts Saturday because they screwed everything up with the Ravens and the Steelers playing on Saturday. I don't know why they didn't, because if the Ravens win, then the Steelers aren't playing for anything, and they'll probably rest everybody. So this was stupid. Why would you do this? It makes no sense. So, anyways, I don't really. The Ravens are going to win that game. It doesn't matter, and the Steelers are.
Yeah.
And if the Ravens win, the Bengals will probably win that game.
The Ravens are 17.5-point favorites right now.
Who, the Ravens?
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. That's terrible.
But the over and under set at 48.
It's at 41.5 now. That came way down.
Hang on, I'll pull it back up.
Whoa.
41.5, yeah.
Hey,
the Pittsburgh Steelers game's 48. The Steelers game's at 48.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, Edge, any thoughts on the Saturday games there?
No.
Okay. Every game is divisional. Country Roads Take Mahomes pointed that out to me. I was like, you know what? You're right. All these games are divisional. Every single one of them. So, there you go. There's not really any playoff implications other than the Bucks and the Saints and the Falcons and the Panthers. Those games actually mean something.
Yeah, right.
Chiefs Broncos means something. And Dolphins Jets, Dolphins have to win. But I think other than that, then obviously the Sunday night game is going to be the Lions and the Vikings. That game
is the Jets game a Aaron Rodgers end of the season game? Or
maybe
end of the career game?
He needs his 500th passing touchdown.
Yeah, trying to set a record.
So bet him at least one passing touchdown.
Yep. He needs to get to 500. Some of these games are going to suck, dude.
There's a bunch of incentives this week, though.
Saquon Barkley's sitting out. He's not going to get the 100 yards to break the record. So, Josh Dobbs is starting for the Niners. That should be electric. Seahawks, Rams, that game means nothing. Rams are sitting everybody. So this is going to be, you drink in your football while you still can. I mean, you soak up these games tomorrow, the bowl games on Thursday and Friday, and then you might want to just Well, you can't because the D3 championship's Sunday at 8. So that sucks. They should have put it at like 4, so you could just watch that game instead. But
yeah, come a Wednesday night before the Masters, I'll be begging for some Week 18 NFL football like
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, just terrible ball.
I told that to somebody today. I was like, we're watching this Ohio State game and it sucks. And I was like, but in like 3 months, we're going to be like, man, I'd give anything for a terrible Rose Bowl game where Jeremiah Smith has 700 yards receiving and Dylan Gabriel still hasn't thrown a football yet.
I mean,
we're complaining about shiny helmets.
Game.
Yes. Too much chrome, dude. You
Give me
can't
those shiny helmets.
You can't wear those chrome helmets when Ohio State's wearing gray helmets. It's confusing. Idiots. So, but anyways, what a terrible slate of. It's not terrible. It's just, we're not mad at this slate. We're just disappointed. That's all.
Dad voice.
Right. Okay, here's the hot takes. Tex, I didn't ever see yours, so we didn't put
Jeez, look, here we go again with
what?
AK over here only putting half the stuff up.
What are you talking about? Look, every time we do this, the text goes out with what is on there.
I didn't get no text about it.
Well, I'll put you in there next time. I'll put you in there. You make up your betting card too. Anyways, Javi said, hot takes here. Should the Lions forfeit the 1 seed? Both losses this year have been. No,
Okay.
because then that means Dylon wins and they get to be the 1 seed, and we'll never hear the end of it. So, also, I tried to say that the Detroit Lions couldn't play outside. That got me dunked on in about 30 seconds. I said they were about to go 1-1 in outdoor games, which of course they didn't. They beat the Niners, so that whole thing blew up in my face. And then somebody said, well, actually, they won at the Bears last week, so they already were 2-0. This is a terrible tweet. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I might have misfired on this one.
What are you talking about, the Jersey game?
Wait, what?
Oilers.
So the Texans play the Titans, and every year they play, they're like,
dude, yeah.
the Houston Oilers, the Titans have stolen those jerseys because they came from Houston to Tennessee.
Right.
And Houston Texans came back, and the Texans don't wear the Houston colors.
Yeah.
But the University of Houston wears them. So it's all confusing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm tracking now.
Yeah, but the University of Houston never left.
That's true. They should keep it. That should be theirs.
I guess the Houston Texans should just be a bunch of quitters.
Well, they are, technically. They look like dog doo-doo the last 2 weeks.
My hot take is, if the Vikings win this game, should Sam Darnold be considered Offensive Player of the Year?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not? Everybody else is in the running for the MVP. It's a totally different award.
How can you be the MVP and not be the Offensive Player of the Year? That's what I want.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have to
Are they afraid to give awards to people because you're the MVP? Clearly, you're the best offensive player.
How can you win? How can you win the Heisman and not be the best quarterback of the year?
Travis Hunter won the best receiver, best DB, Heisman. He won it all.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with a defensive guy winning?
Snaps. I don't know. I'd love for a defensive guy to win it. No, Sam Darnold's not getting doo-doo because Brock Purdy didn't get anything last year, and it's the same freaking stats. Make up your minds. It's not the college football playoff, 4-team playoff where you just get to change the stats every 5 seconds every year. We're not looking at this week. We're looking at strength of record, quality of losses this year. We really got to take everything into account. No, the numbers are the numbers. They're right there in front of your face. Sound like Colin Cowherd. Will the Giants bench Drew Lock? They have to. Will they not bench Drew Lock? Who are they even playing? They're playing the Eagles. So if they win this game, they fall even further back in the draft. And I think Drew Lock's trying to screw them. So Drew Lock, if they beat the Eagles, they're going to have, 4 wins? That would be so funny. If he just keeps playing them out, and then he just leaves this year as a free agent.
Edge is down.
He's down.
I'm down. Back.
And then
just dropped the old phone.
J-Vi's hot take is John Lynch as the defensive coordinator, the only possible solution for the Niners to win while they're in their window. So
I love that take. I love that take.
He says they're still in their window. The Niners are still in their window.
This year. This year's their last year in the window.
No. They've got a nice house out in one of those modern houses out in California where there's windows everywhere.
It's immaculate.
Just straight up windows everywhere. It's Tony Stark's house in Avengers 2, where it's on the side of a cliff and it's just windows everywhere, and that big giant idiot flies through there.
The mirror glass where you can't even tell us on the hill.
That's right. Just straight up windows everywhere. You know what? It's Bill Gates, Windows 95, always in style. Hot take, the Vikings win the division on Sunday. Oh, man. Darnold has more passing yards, higher completion percentage, Josh Allen and Lamar. Just saying.
See, Dylon agrees. He should be. If he doesn't, there's no chance of him being in the MVP discussion, but he should be Offensive Player of the Year.
Wow, Dylon, that sounds really familiar to an argument that I made when I kept flashing graphics last year where Brock Purdy was literally number one in every category known to man about quarterbacking in the NFL.
Yeah, but
you all sat up here,
he's
not the MVP. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Yeah, number one on everything, not just two stats, Dylon.
AK doesn't know ball.
Yeah.
I know ball. The number said he's number one in every statistical category. Number one, not just two, not passing yards and higher completion percentage, touchdowns, rating, QBR, all that stuff. Darnold's swag is 0. That's a great point, BMO. Great point. He needs a new marketing manager.
The next new hot take, though, is
let's go. I love hot takes.
What is going to happen with the number one pick of the drafts, and what team is going to trade up or trade for it? That's the $1 million question.
Hang on.
I don't know. If the Patriots maintain it, because they're number one right now, right?
Yeah, but so if the Patriots keep it, then you're telling your North Carolina boy May that he's done. Because more than likely they're going to try to get a quarterback out of it.
No, right? They will trade that back. New England will get out of there.
That's what I'm saying.
New England.
That's my point. And so if they keep it, and they're going to obviously try to get a quarterback, if they're going to trade it out for, say, 3 players, like that's the drama that I like. That you can sit back and be like, oh, wow. Like my old boss, he literally takes 2 days off for the draft just so he can make his own mock draft and all this. He goes nuts, dude. And
New England, Tennessee, Cleveland, Giants. Those are the top 4 right now in that order.
I mean, just think about the drama in between those teams right there. You got, Cleveland's going to be trying to shop for a quarterback, even though they just paid Deshaun 230 bags.
Well, Cleveland, what did I hear the rumors were that they were going to do? They were going to do something. They're saying Sam Darnold might be a landing spot for Cleveland. Will Sam Darnold
to the dog pound?
That's right. Well, I mean, Dylon's over here. We got 2 quarterbacks. We're the Vikings. We're hand warmers inside in our dome because we're too cowardly to play outside, even though we say we're tough up in Minnesota. Play outside, coward. Get your oven mitts, Dylon. Brandon said there's a weak draft class, no quarterbacks worth trading for. Well, people love Shador. And some idiot said, Nick Wright on one of the shows said that the Patriots should trade Drake May, draft Shador, and then draft Travis Hunter.
That sounds retarded.
That's the dumbest. People really think Shador Sanders is going to be that dude.
Can't wait for him to go to the Cowboys.
Oh, my gosh. The Cowboys. Let's go.
Cowboys.
The Raiders. He needs time to. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. They've got a whole bunch of family business.
Every quarterback needs time to develop. I've been telling you this. Come in, league minimum, ride the pine, learn. I don't care if it's a shitty quarterback you're learning from. You're still learning the game and what you do as a professional.
And the system. You learn on the system.
That's right. Well, ride the pine, league minimum.
Right. unless you're Brock Purdy, you come in as a rookie and lead your team to the NFC Championship, and the only reason you don't go to the Super Bowl is because your arm gets mangled horribly, like the Grinch. So Brock Purdy was a rookie and led his team to the NFC Championship. I'm just saying. Came in halfway through the season. Didn't even have time to develop.
Maybe
Sam Darnold do that.
I could see
Sam Darnold's over there floundering around on the streets of New York. Oh God, mono!
Maybe if Brock Purdy actually had time to develop, he would have won a Super Bowl by now.
Well, at least he's been there, unlike Josh Allen or Dak Prescott or Sam Darnold. Well, Sam Darnold was in a Super Bowl thanks to Brock Purdy. So, B-mode.
Could you see the Cardinals trading Kyler Murray?
Oh, love that.
Get
him out of there. That's a hot take.
I don't know. I feel like the Cardinals every year, like, man, they got all this potential. They could be like a dominant threat, and they got a lot of good players, and every year they just shit the bed. So I'm kind of like just giving up on them.
The Cardinals?
Kyler's had 6 years. He's had 6 years.
Has it been 6 years? Whoa. That's a hot take, dude. I like that. Bima says we should go up to Pittsburgh for the draft. We could do a live stream. We could do a table just like College Game Day.
There you go.
Take Edge's flatbed. Just do it on the back of that.
Don't have it no more.
What do you mean he didn't have time to really play for 8 years in college and sat for 8 games? What are you talking about, Purdy? You're crazy, dude. You're crazy. All right. That was the hot takes for NFL Week 18. Kyler Murray getting traded. You heard it here first.
I think that'd be incredible.
Oh my gosh, it'd be incredible.
Traded Kyler Murray to get up in the draft to like the Jaguars and taking Shoutout.
Wait, say that again.
Trade him to like the Jaguars and take
trade
Shoutout.
Kyler to the Jaguars instead. What they have Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, they'll never
accept
that trade.
No, dude, he's done.
No, dude.
Oh, come on. You're saying trade Trevor Lawrence, 3-team trade, NBA that thing.
Waive Trevor Lawrence.
Waive him. And then reclaim him on waivers so you don't have to pay him. Trade Trevor Lawrence to the Browns so he actually feels familiar playing in an orange uniform. And then maybe that's a hot take. Yeah. Oh, Trevor Lawrence, Jameis Winston, ACC quarterback room.
Oh, no. Yeah. And then going to tour to town with Deshaun Watson.
Oh, dude, you can reunite Clemson quarterbacks. There you go. Breaking news, Trevor Lawrence traded to the Cleveland Browns.
Deshaun's probably out in California right now, just chilling.
For a massage table. I don't know. He was on a...
He has never been proven guilty of that.
Nice quarterback, dude. Nice line of quarterbacks you got coming out of Clemson.
Still national champion.
Can't wait to see what Klubnik does.
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming back, though. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, you sat up here and ridiculed me for not supporting my quarterback? Because I want to see him perform in the fourth quarter, and you're going to sit up here and tell and not even – wow.
I don't have to pay club, so that's the thing. Like, your boy's up for time to either get paid or he's going to walk. I'm sitting there saying, yeah, if you come back, come on, but if you don't, then we got other people that are willing to come down too.
Well,
I don't think Klubnik is bad as the system that he is currently in, and that's what I've been saying for us. We need to do offense coordinator. I'm gonna go up and call plays myself.
It always amazes me. I'm watching these games and I'm like, why is Dylan Gabriel not throwing the ball down the field? I'm like, I'm watching Penn State and Boise. I'm like, those dudes have 7. They got more dudes in the box than Will Ferrell and Elf when he's checking the jack in the boxes. Like, there's like 1,500 people in the box, and I'm like, just throw a ball downfield. Make him at least respect it. What are we doing here? Anyways, I don't know why I'm yelling about that. Jaden Daniels. What about Jaden Daniels? You want to trade him?
No,
trade Jaden Daniels. You want us to do a trade machine? Tex will do a trade machine for you. Trade Jaden Daniels to the Patriots for the first overall pick.
Ooh.
Select Shedeur Sanders, Washington, D.C. I don't know what Dion's ties to what. Didn't he play in Washington? No.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? I know he played in Atlanta.
I think that was the last year of his career was in Washington.
Homecoming. There you go.
He wore like number 38 or something like that.
He said, "You asked for it, dude. You asked for it." Oh, he did buy a house in California. Who did? Who bought a house?
What did it say?
Trevor Lawrence.
What did BMO say this time? Yeah, that's Deshaun Watson. Bought a house. In Cali.
Oh my gosh.
It was a fat house too, dude.
What in the world?
Yeah. Right after he signed the contract, he bought a house in Southern Sunset.
I love doing this. We just need a trade machine episode before the trade store. We just start throwing out trades, trading big time quarterbacks all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did want to ask one more time. Speaking of trades, who actually won the trade? Is it Chicago or Carolina? Because Bryce Young looks way better than Caleb Williams and all those idiots they got playing football up there.
Yeah, but now though, at the end of the season, he did. Like that's the thing. It took a year for him to figure it the hell out. I wonder why that sounds familiar.
Because he's not Brock Purdy. That's why. There you can see. He said Carolina won. That's an interesting question, dude. Right now, I'd rather take Bryce Young than I would Caleb Williams. I saw so much running around. That dude from Arizona State probably made himself a lot of money because he was running all over the place, throwing footballs. That's what everybody wants to see nowadays. Forget actually learning how to play quarterback, anticipating a throw, and learning a defense. Yeah. Let's just run around.
Well, you got to remember, everybody was saying that Caleb Williams is going to the best possible situation a rookie quarterback could go into.
Exactly.
The defense, everybody, they weren't terrible. They were pretty good.
Their defense was top 10 by the end of the year this year, and it was really good last year.
What's this? I think it was top 10 last year too, but
it was number one.
Yeah, he had good receivers, decent receivers.
That's why I get so mad at everybody whenever they're like, give him. I'm like, no, this guy doesn't get any grace. He asked for ownership in the team before he got drafted. He texted the punter, hey, you're not going to have to do much this year. And now the punter has more yards than he does. Like, I don't feel bad for the guy. I'm sorry.
I don't either. I'm the same one.
You want to talk that trash? Go do what Cam Scatterbo did and literally throw a touchdown, catch a touchdown, run a touchdown, run up and down all over Texas. Get skull cap mode going. As soon as he put the skull cap on, dude, he was a different player. He's puking on the sidelines. Like, do that, and then you can say whatever you want. But if you go out there and you're acting like an idiot and you can't throw a touchdown pass and your team stinks, you don't get to talk trash.
I agree.
Anyways, Drake should have gone number one. He's the worst situation doing it. You shut up.
Did do a phenomenal job.
I love people supporting this guy. Okay.
Yeah, dude, all in.
Love it. Love it, dude. All right. Time for some picks and DFS and what have you and whatnots and all this stuff. Here we go. Who wants to go first? It is Dylon. Dylon is up. Screenshot this card. Make it your Christmas card. Send it out to your relatives to be like, hey, I won you $20. Just type in this parlay into your DraftKings or FanDuel. Promo code MillyGoats. Or actually, you get $20 if you sign up using our code. We don't have a code. Just text us individually. Elijah Moore, over 22.5 receiving yards. That's number one. And Jaylen Warren, over 20.5 receiving yards. So Dylon's giving you two prop bets there. He usually is really good at those. And for your DraftKings, he says stack Geno and Njigba. He had no idea how to spell Njigba. So, he said that. I'm like, who? Geno hasn't been sent, by the way. Geno needs to get some things done. So, okay. And then DJ Moore at 5,900 versus Green Bay. DJ Moore looks like I don't know who's more unhappy playing football, DJ Moore or Travis Kelce. And then Marvin Mims at KC.
I think Travis Kelce's got the king on that one.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's already thinking about his afterlife.
Yeah, he's this might be that you could see it on his face. He's like, I want what my brother's doing right now, where I just get to run around talking about football, how great it is, and not have to
go to all the Swifty concerts.
Plague football. Yep.
Literally it doesn't have to do anything. Everything just drops right in their laps. I mean, it's impressive. I don't besmirch them at all.
Good for them.
So, but J-Bot, J-Bot gave you a 15-leg human centipede money line parlay where you just eat themselves. This thing's going to be he's made a money line. I think he picked every game. He didn't pick the Bills game. He said he never picks his Bills. So he gave you every game. You can screenshot that and turn it into a business card and just put billionaire on there if this thing hits, just like BMO used to do. So,
billionaire.
That's what he did.
I know. It was billionaire then, though.
So J-Bow with a 15-legger plus 101,443. Type it in there. I guess he's going to have to keep up with that. Here's mine. Ramondre Stevenson. The Patriots literally have nothing to play for, so they're probably just going to run the ball 700 times. And then Chigakonkwo, the tight end for Tennessee, he's been stacking up yards and catches lately. Then I'm going to give you a little North Texas plus 13.5 versus Texas State championship here. So I'm sure Texas State has had people leave in the portal. I have no idea. Duke Ole Miss over 51.5. This might be Ole Miss alone. I don't know if Duke's going to be able to do diddly poo against Ole Miss. I will say that. They lost their quarterback. And then the Saints and the Bucks over. Edge's phone died, so he's out. Saints and the Bucks over 43.5 because Baker Mayfield always scores a gajillion points. And then I'm taking Kansas City at Denver plus 10.5. This is the one time Kansas City will actually they're not favored. And number one rule is don't bet against the Chiefs ever. It doesn't matter. The Broncos need to win this game to get in the playoffs. The Chiefs are starting Carson Wentz and most of their backups. So I don't know. I don't trust him. That was that's all the bets there, dude.
I've got
Go ahead.
Baltimore Ravens minus 17.5 and the over of 41.5. I've got the Bengals Steelers game over 48 and the Bengals covering the spread of 1.5. And then on the Sunday night game, it's the only other game that I bet. It was Vikings money line.
Okay.
And under 56.5.
Whoa. You're taking the under in the Lions-Vikings game?
Yep, taking the under.
Have you watched the Lions defense?
Yep. Taking the under.
That might be done by halftime. I'm just telling you.
I don't know.
I respect your authority. All right. So that was the picks and bets and whatever else you want to call it. All right, dude. We got one more segment. We got to hang the banner and then mention some other college football, and then I think we're gonna be good to go. That was awesome that Edge joined in for a little bit. So everybody shh.
You did it! Congratulations!
Okay, hang the banner time. Tex, do you want to go or I can go first? I got mine ready to roll.
I'm going to hang the banner on technology on phones because I dropped my phone. I was bathing my kids. And I dropped it into a bathtub. And so my phone still works. No issues. I just can't charge it right now. So my phone's still functioning. Just can't charge it. It needs to dry out. It keeps on giving me an error when I try and charge it.
That's weird. Do you have one of those? You have one of those chargers you can put on the back of it?
No, not a magnetic charger. I probably should get one.
Dang it. Yeah, you should try that before you go.
Phone still works.
Well, that's good. That is shout out technology.
Shout out technology.
What we do without phones now. Everybody always gets mad. They're like, I can't believe phones are so expensive. And I'm like, they literally do everything for you. You can watch TV on them. You can pay your bills on them. You can surf the internet on them. You can set your house security. You can use your wallet. I'm like, it's literally everything.
Control
in your,
your
hand
TV. You can control your TV in your house.
You could turn on your phone and download the Millie Goats podcast on it, and then laugh your butt off as we talk about kangaroos.
Yep.
So you could do all that. My hang the banner is to hockey. Even though our teams stink, we have to start prepping ourselves for hockey and golf. It's just like, hey, end of the year's coming up. You got to make sure you've got all your got to do your inventory and get things ready for end of the year. Or, hey, family vacation's coming up. You better start packing. Don't leave it all till the end. So right now it's like, hey, football bowl season's winding down. We're not having Thursday and Monday night games. It's like, all right, we got to figure out what to do with those times. So golf and hockey, we got to, just ease them in. So shout out, hang the banner for hockey. Team USA absolutely spanked, bent them over their knee and spanked Canada.
I was wearing my jersey, my sweater all day today, my Team USA sweater.
Beautiful. Just spanked them. Our goalie was the player of the game. Absolutely housed them. And the USA continues to have the greatest world uniforms or world sweaters in history. Iconic.
We got the Four Nations Cup coming up here in February, too.
So hockey, welcome back. Also, the Winter Classic was the other day. Those sweaters were sick. Chicago is 0-5 in Winter Classic games. Not good. I did see they were playing NHL 94 up on the big screen at Wrigley Field. On the big jumbotron, they were playing NHL 94.
I have a NHL 94 handheld game. Plugs into your TV. You just get some batteries in it, you plug it into your TV, and you can play it.
We should play that.
It's only one player, though, but we could do it.
Oh, all right. Well, I smoked you in Mario Kart 200cc.
It's got Madden 94 and NHL 94.
That's sick. That's sick. I think that's everything, dude. I don't really have anything else. Right? Unless you do. Oh, FCS national title game. Monday, January 6th. This coming up Monday. 7 p.m. all by itself. How beautiful is that? They finally did it.
Yep.
They finally freaking did it. I remember one year it was on Sunday at like 1 p.m. and I'm like, why would you?
With all the NFL stuff, just like they did the D3 game.
That's what they're doing with the D3 game this year.
Yep.
It's at 8 p.m. The same time the Vikings and the Lions play. That's so stupid. Show some respect to the D3 Stag Bowl. Doesn't make any sense.
Those kids are literally playing for love of the game.
You could play it on Saturday before the NFL games.
Yep.
Play it at noon. I mean, what else would you want? I mean, I have 2 TVs, so I have them both on, so it doesn't matter. So, anyways, okay. Tex, do you have anything else?
No, I was just sitting here thinking about how streaming has changed everything because now it forces you to have multiple TVs.
Somewhat.
Well, now it does though. You can do a multicast, but still, even then, you've got games that are on ESPN, and you can't multicast with anything that's on Paramount or on Peacock. So you need to have another TV, unless you want to switch back and forth between apps.
Well, I just have 3 TVs set up in our living room, and I have DirecTV, my box plugged into 2 of them, and then I use the other one if I need to stream something. I have a system. So, but anyways, WOAT-A-MAKER standings coming down. Football season. Well, we still have playoffs and stuff, but Java and I are running away with this thing. Butch P's there too. But, oh yeah, go join our. Thanks, B. McCormick. You're always a goat, dude. Always glad to have you in here, man. Thank you, buddy. Happy New Year. Go join our $1 contest. It's in the bio. So let's close this thing out. I think that's it. Everybody, what is today? Wednesday? I might do something tomorrow night after the game.
Have fun going back to work, everybody.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I might do something tomorrow after the game. We'll see. But
We love football.
enjoy the games tomorrow. Shout out New Orleans. Everybody stay safe.
Yeah, it's
We'll be back either tomorrow night or Saturday or Sunday, one of those two.
That's why we're cashing. 'Cause
Good night,
after all